Hello and welcome to the Cave Content System. I'm excited to have you in here and go through this. This is the system that we use to create content here at Cave for our clients and for ourselves. I probably sent this to you because you were a guest on the podcast, or maybe you found it through a landing page, or one of our team members sent it to you, or maybe a colleague shared it with you. But, anyways, I'm excited to have you here to walk through the system and the framework. So, what is the Cave Content System, right? The CCS. What are we doing here? Well, what we're doing is we're trying to build a framework for content. So we want to have a system in place that allows you to quickly ideate, create content ideas, and then put them into a calendar that you can execute against. So as we go through this, I want you to be thinking about this as a document that you can come back to. This is something that you can send to your team and they should be able to use. It's industry agnostic. It's really just putting some framework around how we approach content for our companies. So, how we start, how we think about this is we think about we want to create content. Okay, we need a couple themes. We have to look at story types, and then we have to look at the medium we're going to put that content on. So for us, we can bake most themes or most content into one of four themes. That is inspire, educate, entertain, or promote. So we're going to go through each of these themes and really what they entail. Then what we do is we like to take one of those themes, apply them to a story type. So you can see the 5 story types we have here: origin, community, customer, challenge, and culture. I'll go through what all of those are as well. Then you look and you say, okay, what medium would this be best for? Or how can we best use this content? Maybe it's on the website as a testimonial. Maybe it's a social media post. Maybe it's an educational video like what I'm creating right now. Or it could be a podcast, you name it. So this allows you to think, okay, we need an idea. Let's do something that's inspirational about our customer and is a podcast. Okay, great. Now you're able to go through and create from there. But let's get into each one of these and what they actually mean. So, first theme, this is inspire. This is inspirational content. This is content that's really intended to get your prospect or your customer to take action, right? This can be anything from LeBron James running around with Beats headphones in. That's inspiring. I want to be like LeBron. So, now maybe I'll go buy a pair. To content that can be just sharing customer stories. Hey, did someone have a really good success story with your brand? Maybe you're a B2B company, a software company. Maybe somebody lost a bunch of weight, using your e-com product, your beverage that you're selling, whatever it may be. So be thinking about how we can tell the story from an inspirational theme is really going to help when we look at building out our content calendar. I typically suggest that inspirational content or empathetic content ranges anywhere from 15 to 30% of your entire content mix. Theme 2 is educate. So this is, it's the bread, the butter, the peanut butter, the jam. It's you name it. It's everything. I love this theme and this content type because it does a couple things. One, it allows you to position yourself as the expert in the go-to company in the space. Two, it allows you to go through and actually think through problems that customers are facing and maybe integrate that into your product solution, your service solution, if not just into the content. So it really, really is a great place to start from a theme standpoint. And it's also something that has a lot of content ideas within it. So, any how-to article, right? If you're a plumber, how to change pipes under the sink, how to clean garbage disposal. How you can go through on and on and on and do that. Or you're an electronics brand, you can go through and how to have a great workout without distractions. Okay, boom, use the noise canceling function and this and that. You can start to build out content that is educational but fits to your industry and helps the customer. So I love this. And this, typically we see this take anywhere from 30 to 50% of people's content mix as they build out their content on their website, social, etc. All right, the next theme is themed to entertain. So I like entertaining content. It's hard to pull off. You do see it with a lot of memes, or you'll see it with humorous videos, content on the websites, etc. Great commercials and TV spots. Entertaining content with regards to social is great because it tends to entice a little bit more engagement. So not only does it show the human side of the business and deepen your connection that way, but it also helps you out with the algorithms. The more engagement that you get on your content, the more exposure your future content is going to get. So it's a very positive signal to the algorithms. This one, when you're looking at how much of your content should be entertaining, it should all be entertaining to an extent, but really when we look at content that's going to fit into this theme, it's going to be dependent on the tone of your brand, budget, and team. So, anywhere from 10% upwards to maybe 25, 30%. And hey, if these percentages don't add up, don't hold me to it. I'm a creative, not a math guy. But let's move on to the fourth theme. So our fourth theme, this is promotional content, self-explanatory, but it's something that we can forget to do in our content mix. And that is put out the offer, ask customers to come purchase, explain that there's a sale, whatever it may be. You have to promote that. And really, we want to have the outcome here of increasing sales. This should be about 10% of your content mix, especially when we look at social media. I would say we want to look at stuff hovering around that 10% mark with, asking people to come through and purchase. Promotional content is great through paid advertising. When we look at bottom of funnel activity, I like to sometimes position organic content top of funnel, looking at that educate and inspire and entertain. And then we'll look at, okay, what's the story or the promotional aspect that we can tell and talk about, but do so through, paid and bottom of the funnel. Okay, story types, the next part of this. So now we've gone through themes. What I want to do then is apply these themes to one of these stories. So I think there's 5 story types that you can have. This actually comes from Gabrielle Dolan. She's written a book on brand storytelling. I think it's fantastic. But these are the 5 types, and I agree when she mentioned this in her book that you can use. They are the origin story. What is the story of the company? How is it founded? Was there some amazing founding story that you can tell? 2, what's the challenge? What's your challenge story? What's the big thing that your brand or company is trying to do, right? We worked with an electronics company that was working to bring affordable, great technology to people. And that was their big challenge was, hey, technology and, headphones were too expensive, high quality headphones and work technology. We want to make this accessible and affordable for everyone. That's their big challenge, right? Hey, big tech and technology is too expensive. We offer an alternative. Next, culture. This is all about your company culture. What is going on at your company? What's the story you can tell there? Is there something that you're doing that's different? This really works well when you're looking at any recruiting material. People want to know, what's a day in the life like at your company? Our fourth one, and this is a very important one, customer stories. Have people had success using your service or using your product? Great. We want to tell this story. These work great as testimonials, as inspirational pieces, podcast interviews, video, you name it. Customer stories are always one that you should go back to. Case studies, you name it. And then the last one, community stories. What's actually happening in your industry at large? Is there a big event everyone's going to? Is there actually going to be some legislation maybe coming down that's affecting your industry? What's going on at scale and in the community at large that you can be a part of talking about, right? Is there something, maybe there's some great history on your industry that you want to bring to the forefront and really enlighten the community about? So we think about it, take one of these 5 story types. We're going to then put it together with our themes, and we're going to be able to spit out some content. Typically here, we see brands, they kind of pick 2 or 3 of these, and that's what they really latch onto and they get good at. Hey, we've got a system for getting customer stories. Okay, amazing. Or we really are going to beat the drum on the challenge, or the origin or whatever it may be. So I recommend picking, 3 of these and really kind of leaning into those. So now when we come back to this document that we shared at the start, it makes a lot more sense, right? What we're able to do is take a theme like inspire, educate, etc., and we can apply it to one of our story types, and then we look at what medium is best. So what I like to do is I like to go quickly and jot down a bunch of combinations, and then I work in reverse and figure out, okay, how can we fill that out? So what I'll do is I'll say, okay, we want to tell an inspirational customer story, and that's going to be done on video. Okay, great. That's one idea. Okay, I want to tell an educational story that's a challenge, and I'm going to do that on the website. Okay, cool. So let's walk through an example of this. What's an educational, challenge that we're going to do on the website? Okay, educate's my theme. Challenge. What's a challenge that's facing the industry, right? That could be something like we work with a water company, and they have fiber infused water. They're trying to get fiber into the diets, and they're trying to take sugar really out of the diet and get people to get a healthier drink. Okay, their challenge is that people are addicted to sugar, and sugar is causing all of these issues, and that the big companies have all the shelf space, so they have to get in and try to get people to buy their product versus buying a Coca-Cola, Pepsi, etc. Okay, so we're going to do this on the website. How are we going to actually attack that challenge or tell that story? Well, let's tell the story of what's happening in the country. Hey, people have this much sugar. Let's talk about educating on this is the current status we're at. People take in this much sugar, they drink this much pop, da 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 da. Hey, and if they subbed in, one healthy thing, two healthy thing, three healthy thing, this would actually be the net benefit over the course of a year. So then we can start to create this educational post, lives on the website, that subtly promotes the product, but more so illuminates the challenge that company is taking on. That would be a way to go. And you can do this really through all of these. You can go through, take a theme, apply it to a story type, and then you pick the medium you want to have that on. So this is how we quickly come up with ideas. I do the framework, I write it all down, and then I go back and kind of reverse engineer and fill it in. So I go, okay, cool, I need an inspirational customer story for the website. Great. Boom. That's a testimonial. Awesome. How do I now get testimonials? And you'll find when you go through this mix, there's going to be, 3 or 4 combos that really work for your brand, and work for the part of the funnel that you're going after. So, if you find like, oh, I'm really using these 2 or 3 combinations a lot, don't worry. This is meant to make your life easier as a content creator, as the marketing department head, as the marketing department or the marketing manager who's seeing this. So that's why we created this. And you should be able to take this and just start to apply and come up with a bunch of ideas. Write down 10 and then work your way back from there. Awesome. Thank you all so much. This is the Cave content system. I hope this free piece of content really helped you out. If you have any questions on this or you need any help or anything, hey, shoot me back an email, jordan@cavesocial.com. I'd love to help you out. Also, if you are feeling like, whoa, hey, we don't have the system, we need a system for our social media, you want us to come in and maybe do an audit, talk to you about it, help you out with your social, please don't hesitate. Shoot me back an email, jordan@cavesocial.com. I'd love to talk to you about your social strategy, maybe how we can assist you. But at the very, very least, I hope that this system helps you in creating content moving forward. Alrighty. Take care. Cheers.